Well, good afternoon, everyone, and what a good afternoon it is. I want to acknowledge that we are meeting on the lands of the Wurundjeri and pay respects to elders past and present, and also acknowledge that we're meeting at a place that might not have been here were it not for the efforts of everyone in this room. It's not that often that the community gets to stop a massive toll road that at a certain point in time had the support of a government, an alternative government and big business, but we did it. And because we did it, we thought we need to mark it and celebrate it, because it doesn't happen that often. And I can tell you there are people up in Sydney at the moment who are fighting the WestConnect project up there, who are just piling us with questions saying, how did you do it? Well, tonight we're going to share this afternoon we're going to share a few stories about how we did it, and hopefully this afternoon it's a bit of an opportunity to catch up with some people that you might not have seen for a while, but also to reflect on the fact that this campaign worked because of the breadth and depth of so many people doing so many different things, and we're going to hear from them during the course of this afternoon. But just to remember for a moment, back in 2008, the then Labor government proposed this thing called the East-West Link. And at the time, it was going to be a similarly sized project, but one of the things that was going to happen to it was that we were going to lose JJ Holland Park over in Kensington, because that was going to be taken over for a construction ground for the next 5 years while they built this monstrosity. And the community campaign started then, and managed to get the then Labor government, who was backing the idea, to sort of put it on ice. And then the thing went to sleep for a little while. And then we had the Liberal Napthine government elected on a platform, essentially 2 weeks before the election they pitched the Green public transport policy and said that if we're elected we're going to build Doncaster Rail, and we're going to have one single public transport authority looking across the whole state to make sure that public transport works. And we're going to invest in more public transport, including an airport rail link, from which we heard nothing until the next election 4 years later. And then what did we get from the last Liberal government? All that we got from them was a proposal that they didn't take to the election, that they knew wasn't going to stack up economically, and that they knew was going to wreck communities. We got the proposal for them for the East-West tollway. Not only did we get it from them, but we then had the opposition at the time saying, well, look, as long as those guys sign the contracts first, we'll build it. And at no stage in the time that I've been involved, and I think many of you have been involved in that campaign, did it seem, on the one hand, more certain that this thing was going to be built, because you had the government and the alternative government saying we're both going to build it. But on the other hand, never had there been such a strong and connected community campaign against it. And if there's one thing it did, it brought us all out of the woodwork and joined us all together. And so one of the people that was involved in it, that I want to invite up to come and speak first, played a very important role in helping hold up the process legally. And we're going to hear from people who did all sorts of other things and managed to hold it up in other ways, but that court process managed to get a lot of attention from around the state, people realising actually maybe this thing isn't going to deliver the economic benefits that it is going to or said to. And for that we have Tony Murphy to thank for a lot of